Back when I'll be on the channel. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so today we got Mr. Elvis Presley in the black community. This was a highly requested video. I said I would do it, so here we are. Also, I'm trying to find I'm doing different dabs into different things, so hopefully you all will still support me and watch those videos as well. But I still appreciate you for clicking on this video, and let's check this out together. Let's see what the hype is about. Let's get into it, because by the title I have no idea, but let's go.
I thought he was a very beautiful, and still is, a very beautiful person, and his memories show probably
I've
forever
never
live on.
seen Al Green in never.
You ain't no friend of mine. There is no room in this city for the vulgar performances of Elvis Presley.
Oh,
It's shocking. I watched him gyrate his legs and swivel his hips. And our parent-teachers group feels he should not be on television.
We've set up a 20-man committee to do away with this vulgar, animalistic, nigger rock and roll bar.
oh, child. Y'all ain't tell me this what this was about. Y'all ain't tell me. Do what? I wasn't prepared. My mouth was literally open for like 3 minutes. Okay, come on.
Committee will
Come on.
check with the restaurant owners and the cafes to see what Presley records is on their machine,
He don't even know what to say.
then ask them to do away with them.
You've learned anything from the criticism leveled at you?
No, I haven't,
You haven't, huh?
because I don't feel I'm doing anything wrong.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Rock and roll has got to go. And go it does at KWK. We're all through playing rock and roll records. This week is record-breaking week here at KWK. And after
I did
this
not
week,
know
no more
this.
rock and roll will be played on the air.
The obscenity and vulgarity of the rock and roll music is obviously a means by which the white man and his children can be driven to the level with a nigger. It is obviously nigger music.
Everybody mostly turned him down. And because
What?
he had Negroes' ways, this is what they didn't really at that time, they didn't want to accept.
By,
Oh, Lord. I never seen him without his sunglasses. What? What year is this?
In essence, because of at that particular time, the kind of backwards mental capability that many people had as judging a person because of the color of their skin is somewhat still does exist. But back then it was worse, and he actually, because of him being a Caucasian brother, he was able to do away with that whole thing.
The 77-year-old Early Wright, a disc jockey at radio station.
Okay, can I ask y'all something without you all judging or being negative? Either way, I know I'm going to ask you because that's just what I do. So, I'm not going to say the N-word, but, I mean, what is black people music? They're saying, like, this is black people music. We don't do that. Like, why does things have to be like a title on something? You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't it just be rock and roll? Like, why can't it just be music? Like, what? Knowing good and well they was bouncing their heads to it or doing a little shoulder shake in private when they heard it come on. Stop playing.
WROX in Clarksdale for 45 years.
Hi there. Pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How do you do?
How do
This
you
is
do?
your soul man to be with you until I get through. I want you to stand by. Don't have no fear.
Okay.
Following Jay's show, should I play one like this one from out of here?
Okay.
Elvis Presley.
Elvis's songs still get good play on Wright's program among the blues, gospel, and jazz recordings.
He got that
are
radio voice
staples.
for sure.
It was almost 40 years ago when Elvis drove down to Clarksdale from Memphis with a record and asked him to play it.
And I had been playing his record. And I had never seen him before. And I was amazed to see him. When he introduced himself to being Elvis Presley, then I went all the pieces over. Then he and I started talking. I used to be the manager of a gospel group called the Four Star Quartet. And I could listen to a man sing a hymn. I could listen to a man sometime talk. I did that. And I could pick him out whether he could fit in my group. And talking to Elvis Presley, I could see a great future in him.
It's no accident that Wright recognized Elvis's strong gospel roots. Here at the East Trigg Baptist Church in Memphis, older members of the congregation remember Elvis joining in with the choir while in high school. These were rousing sessions led by the charismatic pastor, the Reverend W. Herbert Brewster.
Like most black people in...
All I'm saying is, with 4 minutes and 10 seconds in, all I see is Elvis was somebody who was just trying to sing his heart out and put on a show for anybody who showed up. He didn't care where he was. He didn't care who was in front of him, who was yelling his name. Just by this 4 minutes and 10 seconds, Elvis seemed like he loved everyone, didn't care what, his people or anybody else was saying about him, whether it's his people or somebody else, you know what I'm saying? Don't matter. It seemed like to me, he seemed like he was, you know what I'm saying? He fit in with anybody.
In the South, and to whose throat God has pressed down a harp of 1,000 strings, it only needed tuning. Elvis's voice was that type of voice that agreed with the thought of Calvary.
What?
He had that kind of bent and inclination and attitude that suggested that God could use him.
Okay.
I gave the music a different approach, a new beat.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that it wasn't going to hurt if I said, "Much Jesus bear the cross alone," whether I've said with 1 beat, 2 beat, whether I've said it high or low. And I told them, "Come on in here and put your stuff together." They came in here, and it was a glorious experience, and Elvis was in that group.
Elvis came
but he
out with
tore
a
up.
style of his own, and it was very creative. And once he got into it, and you got that feel, Elvis just took off like a late freight. And with Elvis doing this kind of music, gave an injection to black music that no other artist had ever done.
It was like an earthquake in my neighborhood. The whole place was shaking when he came on. And I said, how did a person possess that kind of power? That it even comes off the TV and grabbed me in this ghetto neighborhood.
Elvis took my Tutti Frutti, and I was very disgusted. But by him singing it, he really made it bigger and made...
Child, I did not know Elvis took that from him. I don't know what I thought. But it's crazy because half these people that's talking, it's either A, I've never seen them in an interview before, or B, like, you know what I'm saying, they not alive. So it's like I never thought to like look them up to see them in an interview. But they right though. Elvis brought the life out of anybody. You know what I'm saying? If you enjoy music, you gon' bop. He has some hits now. I don't care what race I don't care what you listening to. There's at least one Elvis song that you like. At least one.
During those days, if it was a white artist doing something, they would just say, they don't like our blacks and we don't like them either. He's nothing but a copycat. But Elvis Presley, when he came on, chicks was screaming and going crazy, and it was like in the other neighborhood. And I said, this guy's got something going, man.
Elvis had something that made him sound like he truly meant it, and that's what made a lot of people like myself like him.
I think Elvis had lots of soul. He appealed to black people. He definitely had to have soul in order to do that.
I think there's ever been an artist
That is true.
His name went on the marquee.
So what did white people sound like if they
came from all over the world?
Like what's the type of music they had?
Elvis did a lot of stuff that rappers do these days.
He had the bling. You gotta have the bling when you're from Memphis.
He had the bling. He had a Cadillac.
He was fresh, boy.
Gangster, As the snow flies on a cold and gray Chicago morning, a poor little baby child is born in the ghetto.
The song also resonates with people who've only met Elvis through his songs.
Elvis talking about the hood. They're talking about where we come from.
Paul Beauregard and Jordan Houston are the Oscar-winning rap duo 3-6 Mafia. They grew up just 2 blocks from Graceland in one of Memphis's poorest neighborhoods.
I want to see you, Scratcher.
My mom used to always listen to this song when I was young. He talked about, you know, things that she went through. You know, she had like, you know, I'm on a bunch of kids, like 9 kids. You know what I'm saying? That's how
He said a bunch of kids.
get somebody to listen to your song. You talk about what they know about and what they want to hear.
But 9
And
kids
she
is
know
crazy.
about the ghetto because, you know, she live in the ghetto.
The ghetto.
That's it.
And his mama cries. But if there's one thing that she...
We want to use, we're sampling into the drum machine.
And before y'all get on me, I had to do it. Because if not, you wouldn't be watching this video right now. Just saying. So don't say nothing negative. I don't want to hear it.
Or the keyboard. That way we can loop it like...
My first line says, first I'm broke, so I hang out with the rat and roach. It's still broke, so I'm sleeping on apartment floors. So it's just like the struggle, you know, what's going on in the hood. First I'm broke, so I hang out with the rat and roach. It's still broke, so I'm sleeping on apartment floors. And I was off beat, but it's all good, because it's on TV.
Hey!
Maybe do some edits. Make me look cool. Maybe put my name in the credits.
Once we have all that ready, you know, we load it into the drum machine and then...
Pay out. So he starts to roam the streets at night, and he learns how to steal, and he learns how to fight in the ghetto. Survival is an everyday task. Watching your back for the man wearing the mask.
That's crazy. Hold on. Nah, it's crazy that they did that. Sorry, y'all. I gotta fast forward that though. That's crazy.
During the 60s and early 70s.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. I kind of like when people, some songs don't need to be touched. I ain't gonna hold you, but I like sometimes when they take a beat and they remix the beat, like add that old school beat into like the new school beat and like mix it together and kind of have their own beat. But if you really be knowing music, you know, like, oh dang, that was, you know, that was Biggie Smalls beat, you know, type of thing. And Biggie Smalls took that from the Isley Brothers type of beat. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like figuring stuff out like that.
When tensions between blacks and whites were at an all-time high, Elvis demonstrated his desire for racial reconciliation in the musicians that he chose and the treatment they received.
I love it, Elvis. I did not know this. You learn something every freaking day. This is amazing.
When we first decided to take the gig with Elvis, we had no idea that there would be any racial flack regarding it. Our first racial encounter was when we went to Texas. Elvis was told by his people that, well, you can leave the black girls home. You don't have to bring them.
Come on, Elvis. You just bet Elvis. Who knew, baby?
So Elvis wasn't going to do the Astrodome
Never
unless
knew.
his girls could be with him. And he demanded that we be given the star treatment. We had to be in our convertible where everybody could see us. And our little blonde could drive us. And that was his statement. You don't like it? Deal with it, or I'm not going to be there. And I thought that was very big of him.
When I joined the group in 1972, they took a big chance because there were no blacks in contemporary or Southern gospel music, and I was the first one, and it made all the headlines and everything. It was in Billboard and all the newspapers in Tennessee.
Don't care what color you are, because who cares?
The time meeting Elvis was, he had a folder full of clippings of things that he had read about me. As a matter of fact, the Imperials brought me to his suite, and he gave me this folder with all the clippings, and he personally welcomed me into the family. And for a guy who, you know, didn't really know where he stood, this was very important that he acknowledged my presence and, you know, made me feel very much a part of what we were all doing. And right away, he treated me like he'd known me for years. He gave me one of those TCB chains and everything, and I was just one of the guys, and I never forgot that.
And I've been around him with other people of color, and I've only seen him give love. He was very generous to people that he didn't even...
I promise you, if you just spread love in the world, man, you know how much better of a place this would be if you just spread love, no matter, like, just spread love, positivity, That's all you can do. You can't control other people now, but as long as you do your part, you're all right.
No.
That's what Elvis did.
You didn't have to be of any
it's all
racial
right.
persuasion for him to love you.
And you know how rumors get started when there's a big star or something. The people will start rumors. Well, he doesn't like this kind of people, or he doesn't like those people or that people. And I never got that from him.
But you know, Elvis is a whole nother thing. It's just, I think it's scary to even be compared to people in that, like, you know what I mean? Because he's such a big talent, and in his absence, of course, he's bigger than in his presence. And music marks time, so in this time period, what Elvis was to his period,
Curtis don't even know what he's
totally
saying.
Different. Well, I think
he
rock
distracted.
And roll, I mean, what he brought to Vegas is more than rock and roll. I mean, I think it's just
right,
so much
crazy.
Going on out here on the entertainment front. Like right now, you'll see the likes of Celine Dion and Tony Braxton. It's a lot going out here. You know what I mean? As far as rock and roll is concerned, it's great. I mean, Elvis Presley was able to do things that haven't been able to be duplicated to this day.
Black American music influenced Elvis. The fact that people say, well, he's the king of it all, king of rock and roll, is a slap in the face to those that made the music possible in the first place. Not to say he wasn't brilliant. I think he was a fantastic, talented singer.
I don't think he ripped them off. I think once something has been exposed, anyone can add or take from it if they like. He was just so great, so popular, so hot, so anything that he played, it became a hit. To
that
me,
is true.
They didn't make a mistake when they called him the king.
The only thing I want to know, was he my friend?
See, like, I have no idea who this is. Who is Sammy Davis Jr.?
Enjoy him as a performer. Did he give the world of entertainment something? Yes, on all counts. And that's the name of that tune.
He was a bundle of energy.
He's hard to... I can't really listen to him.
And that echo will never die.
All right. R.I.P. Elvis, man. This was a great video because I love learning new things about people. Especially people that I'm interested in learning things about. So you learn something every day if you allow yourself to learn something. So thank you for bringing this to my attention, and I'm glad that I did it. Like I said before, I am going to be doing a mixture of different videos, not just reactions. So hopefully you all will still support me and watch all my videos. Hopefully you'll comment and let me know any other videos you see down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, put your notification bell so you notification when I post. With that being said, see you guys next video.